Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. During the feudal period that lasted for over 2,000 years, a total of 494 emperors ascended the historical stage in China, and more than 400 of them introduced themselves to future generations in different ways. Some left behind great achievements, while others left behind a notorious reputation. However, regardless of the positive or negative impact they brought, they were significant figures in the hierarchical social structure of their respective historical periods, and they played a role in advancing social progress. Among these 494 emperors, only 4 can truly be called the greatest emperors of all time. They are Qin Shi Huang, Emperor Wu of Han, Emperor Taizong of Tang, and Emperor Kangxi. Throughout the 2,000 years of history, the reason some emperors are hailed as the greatest of all time is because their appearance had epoch-making significance. They either ended an era of turmoil or laid a solid foundation for future ruling systems. These emperors, known as the greatest of all time, were human beings with their own strengths and weaknesses. Qin Shi Huang is hailed as the greatest emperor of all time because he established the imperial system and laid the foundation for the subsequent development of China. Qin Shi Huang lived during the Warring States period when there was no concept of an emperor. His appearance put an end to the era of turmoil and established a unified tone for the cultural development of future generations, which also propelled China to become one of the 4 ancient civilizations. To strengthen his rule, Qin Shi Huang initiated centralization measures, such as abolishing feudal enfeoffment and establishing counties, standardizing the width of chariot tracks, and unifying weights and measures. These actions were all aimed at strengthening his rule. He also built the Great Wall to defend against invasions from minority ethnic groups. Despite the negative news surrounding Qin Shi Huang, his title as the greatest emperor of all time is well-deserved. The second emperor worthy of the title, the greatest of all time, is Emperor Wu of Han, Lu Che. Emperor Wu of Han ascended the throne at the age of 16 as a young emperor. The most remarkable change he made after becoming emperor was in the relationship between the Han dynasty and the Xiongnu. He abandoned the previous policy of appeasement and established a short-lived peace with the Xiongnu through military expeditions, thus securing stability for the Han dynasty and enhancing its national prestige. Emperor Wu of Han also dispatched Zhang Qian on a mission to the western regions, opening up the Silk Road and strengthening trade and cooperation between nations. Through the Silk Road, Western countries came to appreciate the exquisite silk and porcelain from China, turning feudal China into a symbol of wealth. However, Emperor Wu of Han's frequent battles with the Xiongnu depleted the treasury of the Han dynasty. In his later years, the people suffered from years of war and displacement, and he personally acknowledged his own shortcomings in an edict. Emperor Wu of Han also chose to suppress all other schools of thought and promote the exclusive dominance of Confucianism, establishing the lofty status of Confucianism as the ruling ideology. The third emperor deserving the title, the greatest of all time, is Emperor Taizong of Tang, Li Shimin. Although Emperor Taizong of Tang ascended the throne through bloodshed and killings, using the blood of his own brothers as stepping stones, it does not diminish the high regard he receives in historical records. Emperor Taizong of Tang ended the era of turmoil and humbly accepted advice from his ministers. Under his governance, the Tang dynasty gradually prospered, reaching its zenith in terms of economy and culture during the feudal era. The fourth emperor hailed as the greatest of all time is Emperor Kangxi. Emperor Kangxi is also a subject of criticism, but compared to his predecessors, his achievements are noteworthy. Ascending the throne at the age of 8, Emperor Kangxi, the longest reigning monarch in Chinese history, displayed his intelligence by capturing the rebel Aobai, suppressing the 3 feudatories, and pacifying the Dzungars. During Emperor Kangxi's reign, the smallpox virus, which posed a constant threat to the people of the Qin dynasty, was effectively treated. Although the method involved bloody experiments at the cost of many lives, it provided valuable insights for future generations in treating smallpox. Throughout the feudal history spanning over 2,000 years, each of these emperors hailed as the greatest of all time had a significant impact on their era. They created prosperous times and laid a solid foundation for the happiness of the people. No one is perfect in this world. These emperors who received lofty praise in Chinese history were also prone to making mistakes and faced negative criticisms. It is through these negative criticisms that the emperors who ascended the throne as the greatest of all time became flesh and blood individuals. This is History and Culture channel. Like and subscribe are the biggest help and support for us. Thank you everyone. See you next time.